in. Haven't been here in a minute, you guys. Gonna see who's gonna join the live, who's joined the live. I have not been here, I know, for a little while. I'm trying to wait to tell you guys why I do have a little bit of an update on why I haven't been here and what's been kind of going on. But I do always love coming back, and having lives with you guys. I can't believe that we are at 51,000, you guys. 51,000 subscribers. I think is amazing. Who's here? Who's here? Who's here? We did reach 51K, you guys. I did notice that. I'm sorry I didn't do any big celebrations, but we did hit 51K. So I'm so excited about that. Also, is it cold where you guys are? If it's cold where you are, you guys put a snowflake emoji. If it's cold where you are, it has been so cold over here. Like I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. It's been freezing. And it's crazy to think that in other parts of the world it's like super sunny and nice, but over here it's just like been so crazy and so cold. So I'm hoping you guys are staying warm during this cold season. And yeah, squad, I know I haven't been here in a while. This feels weird having a live. When was my last live? I think, what was that? Sometime last year, I think. But yeah, it has definitely been a minute. If you're here, you guys, please hit that awesome like. Please hit that awesome like. And comment, you guys. Let me know that you're here. You know, I will definitely be nice. If you're here, feel free to chat. But yeah, I know I haven't been here in a minute. It's been different. I'm gonna say. It definitely is, it's just been different, coming back and now doing the live versus if you saw my last live, you guys know like why I haven't been posting here as much. I did post an AMV for Miraculous, which is interesting. And for everyone who follow me for KPDH or K-pop Demon Hunters, um the reason why I haven't really been posting content for that is because it's been feeling repetitive. But I probably should get back into posting some content for that as well for you guys who like it. Making some edits and things like that. I haven't really fully explored like editing. I don't even know if I remember how to edit because I haven't been making short edits in a minute. So adding the effects and everything, I gotta see if I still know how to actually edit at this point. So I'm hoping I still know how to edit. I haven't been making shorts in a while. Um, I don't count the shorts I just released, but I hope that I do know how to make shorts still because you guys know the process and how much time that takes. But yeah, I know I haven't been here in a while. I know it's just been crazy. Like, oh, you've been on again, off again. Well, the reason why I've been on again, off again is because, this is a project and I do want to put more content on here. I'm trying to work on a Valentine's AMV and I'm hoping that Valentine's AMV will be put out exactly on Valentine's Day so you guys can see it. It's going to be Miraculous themed. But yeah, it's just I know it's been a while since I've been here. Um but yeah, I started two new projects. Like I've gone from one thing to the next. So I've started two new projects and I started one other project last year and I started a new project just last month. So you guys know how sometimes I used to post Roblox videos on this channel. Well, I've decided to move on and make it its own individual thing. So yeah, that's been, different, trying to build that up and get it going. I feel like it's going pretty okay. I'm not really sure yet where it's going. I'm hoping that it does better though in the future. I will tell you this. I think having a gaming, like being a gamer, I have more respect for gamers. Being a gamer is not easy. So that's what I've been doing so far as well, recording it, which has been very interesting to see and do. I actually, like I said, I'm trying to get back on track with everything. And in order to keep it balanced, like I'm going to have to neglect each of the projects. So another project that I have been working on is a K-pop girl group. Speaking of KPDH, I've been working on my very own K-pop girl group um, with K-pop girl group music. And I will tell you, it hasn't actually been going bad either. It's different, but I kind of do enjoy it actually. So I think that'll be fun, seeing where the K-pop girl group project goes. I'm hoping that it does well. I'm still trying to see like where it's going to go and what it's going to do. But I'm very excited to see like what happens. But yeah, I had those two projects going on, which is like why it's taking up more time trying to start that up from the ground up. And I know somebody's like, oh, well, why are you calling them projects? Well, there are certain YouTube no words that YouTubers are not allowed to say. So when I say project, you guys, I consider this a project. Like I can't say the actual word because, you know, it'll be some type of thing. But yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. I will say I've learned so much from having this channel, how to edit, how to make a good description, how to do all the things. Like with this AMV I just posted, if I would have known what I knew a while ago, like if I knew back then what I knew now, my AMVs never got around 200 and something views. Like now it's at 200 something views. I know somebody's like, that's not a lot of views, but to me that is. If you look at my other AMVs, they were stuck at like 49 to 50 views. So for the new AMV I just posted, for it to get 200 and I don't know if it's like 50 or 60 something views, I think that's amazing. And I did change it up a little bit, so I'm so happy about that. But yeah, you guys, I know I haven't been here in a while. And I also want to say that me not being here for a while also has something to do with mental health, I do want to say, take care of your mental health, you guys. Mental health is very serious. Sometimes you can feel really, really happy. And as YouTubers, you can try to make yourself, seem really, really happy and things like that. But in reality, it's like you're a human being, and everything's not okay all the time. And so I don't want to come on here and, make you guys go through what I'm going through, if that makes sense. Like, if I'm not having such a good day or whatever, I prefer not to come on. Some people actually, when they are not at their best, they are like, yeah, I'm going to get on the camera and I'm just going to do the video or do the live, even though I'm not at my best right now. And I don't always think that that's a good thing. And it's like, yeah, when you're not totally okay, I don't think that you should actually be going live Like, I do think as a content creators need to think about their mental health, and I don't think a lot of them do. I think a lot of them just are like, yeah, I'm just going to keep making videos and keep running. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there are so many YouTubers out here now saying that they have mental health problems. Like, these people, you realize they have millions of subscribers. They're getting millions of views, but they're saying their mental state is not good. So even though they're making the money, even though they're getting the views, they're still saying that mentally they don't feel good. Like they still have issues. And I think part of it is because we always think, "Oh yeah, if I get a bunch of money, it solves all the problems." I will say that it will solve some problems, but it really won't solve all of them because there's still a lot going on within, I think, people within ourselves. And we're just like, yeah, we're gonna brush it off and move on. Like, you can't just brush it off and move on. If you're not okay, tell someone, tell your parents, tell a trusted, adult or a trusted friend or somebody that you're not okay. Because I'm learning it's like, it's okay to not feel okay, but it's also not good to keep saying that you're all right and you're not all right. Like, it's not a good thing to say that and pretend and be like, oh yeah, everything's fine, everything's good. You can do that. But I think that literally it's not really that good. Also, another update. So you guys remember way back in my other lives, if you haven't known from my other lives, you could try to go back and watch some of my old lives if you would like. Um yeah, so back in my other lives, remember how I said I didn't have any friends? Well, I reached back out to one of the friends I had from back then, and we have been friends since the fourth grade. So when I reached out, I just said, hey, or whatever. And now, we're having conversations again, you know, and it's like just trying to, I guess, build the friendship back. I mean, I don't know about it though. Like, I feel confident in it, but at the same time, it's like, is it just me or is some friendships like weird? I mean, I get we have different personalities, but I don't know. Like, I feel like some friendships can be a bit strange, probably because we do have different personalities. Like for me, I like to joke around, I like to have fun, but I also like to kind of be more towards myself. And then you have some people, they like to be, out more and they like to do things more, like they like to be more involved, you know, into things, which is fine because that's what makes, I feel like a good friendship is being total opposites. But it's like sometimes I don't know. I don't know about it. Sometimes I'm like, everything's good, and then sometimes it's like, okay, is it normal to not hear from a friend in like 4 or 5 days? I'm trying to figure out, is that normal? Like, to me, I'm like, okay, so if you have a friend and, you probably haven't heard from them within, I don't know, maybe 1, 2, 3 days go by. I'm gonna say three. Like 3 days goes by, you haven't heard from a friend, you're like, yeah, okay. But I feel like once that fourth or fifth day comes around and you haven't heard from that friend, I'm like, aren't you technically supposed to check on that person? But maybe I'm just old school. Maybe that's just me. But it can sometimes be hard to determine if a friendship is genuine or if, you know, because it's like, okay, so what's the difference between a friend and an associate? That I guess that would be my question. Like, what's the difference between a friend and an associate? Like, an associate is a person that you could know, but you're not like on that deep level. And then a friendship, I thought, was supposed to be somebody that you do know, and you're on a more deeper personal level, telling each other deep things because you know that that person's not going to go behind your back and what what they said to you, or you say what you said to them. So it's like, for me, I guess I'm trying to figure out, is it on that level? Like, is it friendship or is it just association? Like, I'm still trying to figure it all out. Honestly, it's so funny because it's like, you can be older, but you're still figuring things out in life. Like, I feel like this is how it is though. Like, it doesn't matter whether you're a teenager, whether you're an adult, whether you're an older adult. I still feel like we all get to that place where we're still trying to figure out what's what. Like, we're still trying to figure out, what does this mean, you know, type thing. I guess that's why they have like that phrase. They're like, you never stop learning. I think that's true. And you never stop changing. Like, I want to be one of those people that evolves for the better, gets better and not evolve, for the worst. But you got some people, they don't try to evolve for the better. And therefore it's crazy. But guys, I also want to talk about Miraculous. Um, there's been some new things going on in Miraculous. Guys, also big people, people with big channels, Miraculous channels specifically, are leaving the Miraculous fandom. There are a lot of big Miraculous channels and they're leaving the Miraculous fandom. And the reasons why they left the fandom, I feel like I kind of agree with. I'm just going to say it. Like, I'm not going to hold back on it. The animation has changed. I am going to sit here and tell you, I don't think that the animation for Miraculous is bad. I don't think season 6 animation for Miraculous is bad. But what I do think is, like, why did they have to change Marinette and Adrian's design so much? I'm still not okay with that, if that makes sense. We had Bob Roth in the episode Sublimation. He looks the exact same, which I found a bit weird. And then we just had the Japan special. It came out. And also, they had the Ryuko and Ladybug old animation renders, like the old animation, figures at the beginning of the Japan, not the beginning, but like, in the little movie Miraculous World intro thing. I don't understand why we couldn't have kept the older animation style in season 6. I do think that Miraculous is getting rid of, I don't want to say the specialness. I think that Miraculous is getting rid of more and more of the nostalgia of the show. Now, I understood when they said, okay, this is going to be like season 1, but it's season 6, like kind of starting over. And I don't feel like we had to change Marinette and Adrian's design to start over. Like, I'm just not understanding it. Like, I don't get the point of it. And a lot of fans, believe it or not, have left the fandom due to the animation. Because, honestly, I feel like it didn't need to be changed. It didn't need to be changed. A lot of people wanted to know, why did they change it? And I don't agree with the change. I still don't think that the characters should have changed at all. I think the characters should have stayed the same. But like kind of update them a little bit, clean up the shadowing, clean up the colors, because at the end of season 5 in Miraculous, it did look like it was way too bright. I don't know what it was. It looks like the shadowing, like they couldn't even shadow the characters at that point. So to me, it looked like they were glowing in season 5, which I don't understand that. I don't know if the program was kind of already like about to be over with and done by that time, but it's like, that was a lot. But yeah, there's one thing right there. And then another reason why I think people are leaving the Miraculously Bridgie. Hi, Bridgie. What happened to your channel? What happened to your channel? Thank you for joining. I was just talking about why people are leaving the Miraculous fandom. I was like, where is Bridgie? Did you make a new channel, Bridgie? I'll have to subscribe. I was like, did they take it off again? I'm hoping they didn't take your channel off again. That'd be crazy. For the 4th time? Oh my goodness, no. Okay, after this, I'll make sure to resubscribe because that is crazy. Not again. But yeah, I went on this little ramble of why I haven't been here. And I feel like I kind of have to start over now. It's crazy how you guys are just now, some of you are just now seeing the live. I see 2. Who's here? Who's here? It's okay. Comment. Welcome. Welcome. I know it's weird I'm going live on a Monday, but I wanted to. Yeah, so I think the reason why people are leaving the Miraculous fandom. Now listen, I know this is probably an unpopular opinion. Like, I know people probably are like, wait, what is she talking about? But I'm talking about why people are leaving the fandom. Maya B, she said she's no longer making Miraculous content. And that honestly shocked me. I was like, what? She's no longer making Miraculous content. The reason why, and she did point this out, and I agree, but I want to like say some more reasons why I think that people are leaving the Miraculous fandom. One of the reasons she said was the animation. I agree with that. Because I just don't understand. I get people are saying season 6 animation is so good, and I'm not disagreeing that the season 6 animation was good. What I'm disagreeing with is why they had to totally reconstruct, totally reanimate and design Marinette and Adrian's animation. I'm still hung up on that. Like, I'm not gonna let it go. Why did we have to totally change the way Marinette and Adrian look? Like, I felt like the change was so unnecessary. Because when we looked at Bob Roth in the episode Sublimation, he looked the exact same. And to be honest, Marinette's parents look more like themselves from the past seasons than Marinette does. And I still don't understand that either. I feel like we should have kept her with the old animation style while also adding, to the old animation. Like, make little tweaks. Like they say, make the hair motion better. Make the details on the clothes better. But I don't think a total redesign of the characters was necessary. I don't. And I don't agree with that. And I still don't agree with that. People are saying season 6 animation is nice. And it is, but I just don't understand why we had to get rid of the old animation altogether. Reason number 2, the plots. The plots in Miraculous, like, it doesn't make any sense for the plots in Miraculous. Like, I don't feel like there's not as much growth as it was in seasons 1 through 5. Like, I feel like it hasn't grown as a show. It's like, how you're trying to see how it gets better? I think that Miraculous should take a note when it comes down to seasons 1 through 5, because I think I'm going to reference some episodes, okay? Mr. Aggressed, for instance. Mr. Aggressed, I feel like, was one of the season 6 episode peaks, I feel like, for season 6, in my opinion. And we ask ourselves, why is that? It's for the simple fact of nostalgia, I feel like. They got the voice actor who voiced Hawkmoth to do those little clips during Cerise's little, akumatization scenes. And even when Theo was akumatized into the Gabriel Agreste statue. So I'm like, that's how I'm feeling right now. Like, that's the reason why. It's the nostalgia for people. To be honest, the episode Mr. Agreste actually kind of stings, because I think it let us know, even though Hawkmoth has been there, even though Hawkmoth has, like, actually been there, and he's been throughout the show, he's been there for seasons 1 through 5. I think they killed him off too early. In my opinion. Maybe that's just my opinion, but I do think they killed him off too early, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, guys, I think that's part of the reason why as well. Like, Gabriel's gone. Also, for the people that are saying that Lila is cooking, I'm just like, I don't see how Lila's cooking right now. I don't understand why people are saying, like, oh yeah, Lila's, outfit, it, is this, or Lila's cooking. How is she cooking right now? Like, explain to me what Lila is doing. I'm really waiting for her villain moment. I'm waiting for Lila to actually, like, be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm the villain of this show. And I'm not rooting for the villain. If, I'm not trying to say I'm rooting. I'm just saying that where is the action? Like, where's the destruction? Like, yeah, she's manipulating, which is definitely bad, but that's all we see. Like, she's still behind in the shadows somewhere, playing hide and seek Like, Lila would be the best at playing hide and seek, okay? Because she definitely a chameleon. But that's really it. Like, I still don't see anything super dangerous from Lila. When she came out in the episode Yaxi Galzin, and she's over there with Tomo, and we're finding out that Tomo isn't actually blind. Um just trying to figure out, when does she have her big villain moment? Because at this point, we're still trying to figure out, what's the goal? What's the motive? Why isn't she, why isn't Lila actually, what does she want with the Miraculous? Is the question. We still don't know what she wants with these Miraculous. We've heard that she said, I want the Miraculous. Okay, but you want them for what? Us as the audience, I feel like, should know why Cerise wants the Miraculous, and they still haven't told us. That's the difference between Cerise and Gabriel Agreste. Gabriel Agreste, okay, his wife died. She's in a coma. He's trying to bring her back to life. Simple enough. Get Ladybug and Cat Noir's Miraculous, make the wish, boom, she's alive. There's going to be a consequence, because you can't say, I want someone alive with the Miraculous, and then someone else probably not die. But, yeah. It just doesn't make any sense for Cerise to not have told us, like, what she wants with it. They won't even let us see her in her lair right now with her face. With Gabriel Agreste, within the second or third episode, depends on when you came, what episode you watch first. Still, I want to say within the episodes 1 through 5, he shows his face, you see his lair, everything. Cerise, you don't see any of that. You don't know her motive. So she's just walking around here, always trying to get Ladybug and Cat Noir's Miraculous, but we don't understand what the end goal is. I don't think it makes for good writing, and I don't want to not know what her motive is for another 4 or 5 seasons. That makes no sense. I get they want to keep the show going, but it's very weird to me. Also, these gaps, you guys, these hiatuses are not helping for the fandom. So they keep having hiatuses, and you don't know when they're going to come back on, when it's going to go back off, when they're going to release a special. I'm not really too happy about them releasing another Miraculous World New York. We already got one. Let's move on to another part of the world, I feel like. I want to see Miraculous World Africa. I heard that it was supposed to be in the works, and I don't see it, which is kind of disappointing. Also, one thing that's going to make me upset, though, the most, it hasn't happened, but I feel like I have a prediction, you guys. So we all know Zoe from Miraculous Ladybug. They portrayed Zoe to us as the nice, total opposite of her sister Chloe. Chloe's a bully. Chloe doesn't care. Like, she's basically a spoiled rich brat. It's just, Chloe is Chloe. She's a, like they say, a spoiled princess, basically. And that's what it is. That's her personality. But with Zoe, we were like, yeah, we're rooting for her. We're like, yeah, Zoe, she got the Be Miraculous. Everything's going to be fine now. Guys, I think they're setting us up. I think they lied to us, you guys. I know this is weird because I said the same thing about Sublimation. I thought Sublime was going to be evil. But I feel like this is more likely to happen. with this theory. Because in Sublimation, the way they gave us the trailer, it did kind of make it look like she was going to be a villain. And I don't know if they just did that on purpose to like hook us in to want to watch the episode. I'm thinking that was a tactic they used, and it worked. Um, but with this, I feel like this is going to happen. So Zoe is portrayed to be the nice, lovable character. In Miraculous. And in reality, I don't think that's the case. Look at the clues, you guys. Look at the clues. They keep telling us that Zoe has this dark past. I don't know if Zoe technically was a bully herself at her old school in New York, but probably, maybe likely. And the reason why Ray is probably calling her, a cockroach or is bullying her now is because I feel like she probably was at one point friends with Ray. And we see how Ray is. He's not nice. And I don't know if she helped Ray at her old school in bullying other people. But I think eventually Zoe didn't want to help Ray bully people anymore. So I'm thinking that Ray, once Zoe told Ray, like, I don't want to bully people anymore, I think that's when he started bullying Zoe. Like, he turned on her, which is probably why he would call her, a cockroach and things like that. Also, the blackmail makes sense as well. If she turned on him and said, I no longer want to be this way. But here's the thing. Let's just be real. Zoe is the daughter of Audrey Bourgeois. And I feel like at some point, it's like, you got to see the personality in her somewhere from Audrey. And here is where the episode Grin Diaper comes in and why I think that the show is setting us up. Listen, Miraculous, I feel like, is desperate for a plot change. And they've been building it up slowly, I feel like. But I feel like the episode Grin Diaper really confirmed it for me when I watched Grin Diaper. I don't know if anybody else caught it. But when I watched the episode Grin Diaper, we saw that when Zoe transforms, she transforms into Fury, which is the opposite of her normal Be Miraculous suit. And at first, as the audience, we're kind of like confused because we're like, okay, what is this? And apparently she learns that if she transforms, but she has a different emotion, it affects the way you transform, and you transform into something different, which is crazy because we haven't seen anybody else do this. Like, seems like as many times as Ladybug and Cat Noir have been very upset or angry when they transformed, seemed like that would happen. The only other time we've seen this, and it wasn't even a suit change at that, was with Ladybug, aka Marinette. You remember that episode where Tiki wants the galette? And so when Ladybug transformed and Tiki's still like with her while transforming, Ladybug all of a sudden has this really big crave for galette and basically is doing anything to get it, which is crazy. So she's looking like real crazy, like she needed like an exorcism or something. But yeah, that episode was pretty crazy. But when it comes down to Zoe, I feel like Zoe is being set up and she's going to become a villain and she's going to help Cerise. Why do I say this? In the episode Grin Diaper, when she turns into Fury, she's literally going out and getting revenge on people, which is the opposite of what she's supposed to do as a superhero. And she's very angry. At the end of the episode, Zoe didn't fess up and say that it was her. And in the end of the episode, we see where it's like, Pollen's like, do we need to go out, my queen? And she's like, no, not today. Which means that transforming into Fury, which would not be good. And here's the thing. Lila thrives on emotions. If Zoe gets mad enough, Cerise is going to be able to use Zoe to help her on her team. Because say, for instance, Cerise is really good at getting in people's heads, like, doing the whole thing of, yeah, well, the superhero team, they're not doing it right. They're not getting justice. I can help you get justice and blah, blah, blah. If she can akumatize Zoe while having the Be Miraculous, because we've seen it be able to be done with Chloe when it happened for Queen Wasp. But I feel like Zoe's anger is going to get her in trouble to the point where I don't think it's going to be good for Zoe. Like, I'm concerned, but I feel like Zoe's going to join the dark side. I do. Just because in the episode Grin Diaper, like, that episode for Zoe's personality is not sitting well with me. Like, it lets me know how easily she can help her. Like, she literally helped Cerise akumatize a villain. Akumatize, I mean, a person. It's a paracivilian. Like, Cerise was actually trying to figure out how to akumatize someone, and she wasn't able to until Zoe stepped in and did what she did to take her own revenge, because they were bullying her father at the theater. But at the same time, it's just the anger. If her anger is not tamed, Cerise is going to use that. Once again, Cerise thrives on emotions. So I think this is the beginning of Zoe's villain arc, which is crazy because we thought that, Chloe being the villain was this. But it looks like they're following it in the footsteps of Zoe. It's like, you know what? Maybe we just need to give Sublime the Be Miraculous, or give Aurora the Be Miraculous. Someone else. It's got to be passed down again. Really Miraculous? What is it with them and the Be Miraculous? Because I feel like, why is the Be Miraculous always being abused? It's the Be Miraculous and it's the Butterfly Miraculous. Like, I'm not saying the holders are treating Pollen wrong, but they are kind of using their powers in a not good way when it comes down to Be Miraculous holders. I don't know what that is. Maybe because they're Audrey's kids. But, yeah. Also, the way they replaced Chloe, I think they should have changed Chloe. They should have let her have a character change. Develop her character for the better. Like, show us her trying to be a different person and keep her in the show. Like, they didn't have to keep her as a bully, but I feel like they could have made it where she did have a better character development, where she is not a bully anymore and she's trying to do the right thing now. That would have been hilarious, I think, for me, because trying to go from being how you used to be and changing to a better person now is hard. I think it would have been real for Chloe's character and well deserved for Chloe's character. I don't think we should have just left her like that and be like, yeah, she's in London now. Oh well. And it's bad when they have to try to replace you with 3 to 4 different characters. What I mean by that, Zoe, Noe, Ray. Like, literally, why is she being replaced with so many people? Like, that, they're literally trying to put different people. And what do I mean by replace? They're trying to have Zoe replaced for the superhero part, Queen Bee. Then they're trying to have Ray replaced for the bullying part. And then Noe, they're trying to replace that personality of Chloe as well with the whole takeover thing. Like, you should have kept a character when they try to replace it with 3 other people and it's still not working. But yeah, you guys, this is my theory. I think that Zoe is going to become a villain again. Maybe that's just me, but that's how I feel. Like, I just feel like she's going to be a villain again. I'm hoping that I'm wrong, but it just feels like that's the way it's going to be going. Grin Diaper didn't happen on accident. And I feel like Zoe's character is going to change. But yeah, you guys, let me know what you think. Is Zoe going to stay good? Could she possibly become a villain? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what you think about this hiatus. Guys, also, I made a video about the hiatus and the state of Miraculous. They're saying that they're getting less views and they are kind of in jeopardy of cancellation. I don't know if that's what will happen, but guys, I do think we're kind of in jeopardy as far as views go. So it's probably because so many of the changes and introducing so many characters that are obviously black background characters that have nothing to really do with the show. And I kind of don't understand why these other new characters are being introduced. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Blow the comments up. If you made it to the end, say Zoe is the new accomplice of Cerise. And her name is Fury. But guys, thank you so much for watching this live. Thank you for tuning in. And I will see you guys in the next one. I will try to be keeping up with keeping videos on this channel. So hopefully we'll get back into the swing of things. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you for watching. And always remember, MLB fam, have a miraculously awesome day.